So it's been a great week so far. Thanks to Asia Pacific Foundation, CSDR, we've been having great discussions and seeing a lot of light at the end of the tunnel and a great pathway ahead. There is a great re-energization of industry, a great movement of positive relationships between the governments, and now we need to translate all that positive goodwill and energy into a positive path ahead.
We find these track 2 or track 1.5 dialogues extremely valuable means to bring together policymakers from both the public and the private sector. Today we've had a rich discussion around defense cooperation, for example, where we put forward new ideas and a little bit of a debate, a little bit of a discussion to work on new areas. And I think we came away with a long menu of ideas. Many of those we will try to put into practice over the next few months, along with our friends and colleagues here in the Government of India. So I just wanted to congratulate Asia Pacific Foundation and CSDR for their work in putting this together and look forward to working with them in the future.
We've seen some dramatic changes in India-Canada relations in the last few months. I think there will be a good deal of conversation on raising this level of this strategic partnership with these very specific initiatives in critical minerals and defense. For me personally, it's a pleasure to be chairing the India-Canada Research Initiative and even otherwise. So I look forward to this relationship getting strengthened.
For the last 3 days here in New Delhi, Asia Pacific Foundation of Canada, together with our local partners Aspen, Ananta and CSDR, and with the support of the High Commission, has been able to organize multiple strategic dialogues on critical issues like defense industrial cooperation, as well as energy security and critical minerals supply chains. It has been wonderful to be able to bring together government, private sector, as well as civil society representatives to have a deep dive discussion about what would next steps in the reset in this diplomatic relationship look like, and to be able to take this relationship forward.
So I think the last 2 days have been fascinating in a couple of different realms. First of all, to see just broadly how the relationship between Canada and India has been accelerating, and I think the discussions are proof in the pudding that that relationship really has been going to the next level. We're talking about long-term resilience for Canada and long-term resilience for India. Part of that, of course, is on the economic side, the other part is on the defense and national security side. But I think it's also important to ground this in a little bit of reality. So part of this discussion is by no means to curb the optimism, but to look at some of the constraints that we both have in our system, not necessarily the political constraints, but some of the bureaucratic constraints. We're just starting to get new generational commitments on financing and funding when it comes to defense, and recognizing the importance of critical minerals. How do we organize that and use that organizing principle to sort of push forward and fit into the Canada-India relationship? So I left with a lot of great ideas over the last 2 days. I think we're really just starting to scratch the surface, and really excited to keep this conversation going.
We've been working on India-Canada relations for over a year now to sort of help stabilize the relationships. And our hope is that between APF Canada and here us at CSDR, make the India-Canada relationship a very consequential one in the region, in particular in the Indo-Pacific. Look forward to collaborating with APF Canada more in the days to come.
The last 3 days have been phenomenal. We've been able to exchange information, be able to dive really deep into what engagement, what collaboration we could undertake between Canada and India, and also on the business community as well. There's a lot of work for us to do together. There's going to be a lot more engagement and meetings to be had over the course of the next number of months and years. And I think we could come out together in a win-win situation for both India and Canada in terms of economic prosperity and also national security.
My focus was more on mining and critical materials. And as it turns out, there is lots of opportunities, not just for exploration companies, but also, of course, Canadian critical materials. So there is many synergies between the two countries. And I think this reset that is happening is going to be very beneficial for both countries. I thank the Asian Pacific Foundation for putting this together. Events like that that really brings synergies like the ones we're seeing here, which will be very good for Canada and for Indian relations.